massive hello to everybody. How we all doing? So 7th of September 2016, no trade calls, no recommendations, everybody responsible for their own stuff here for educational purpose only. So what's happening today? Quick rundown. So again, we've got that inflation report hearing out of the UK. So we'll see what Carney has to say. We've got a rate decision out of the BOC. And we'll keep in mind we do have some those JOLTS FOMC speakers beige book today, so we'll have to see what's going on. Now again, it looks like the market pricing in Fed hike has gone down again into the 20s, so that's it's just wheeling and dealing around that, but all it's going to take is a couple of Fed speakers to come out and talk it up, and it'll be back in the 30s or the 40s, so you can't really count on that. So I think short term, the focus is on tactical plays around key areas, see if we can get follow through on this USD or not, and longer term, it's still all about the back end of the month with FOMC and a BOJ. That's and that's pretty much it. So today might be a little bit contained because we do have the ECB tomorrow. We got Super Mario on deck, but we'll have to wait and see. Gold, as far as gold's concerned, our outlook, what we discussed is we thought that the risk reward was in looking for longs here for a move back to at least into the 50 DMA. And our outlook, as we discussed on Sunday too, was that 1350s was going to be the pivotal level, and that was going to attract. So we really can't complain here. We're back into this range. So again, referenced on the weekly outlooks, current range is 1400, 1350, 1300, and we're nice. Just waiting here. Pivotal for action, bull bear line at the 1350. So exactly what we were looking for, so we really can't complain here. Question is, are the bears going to come in and smack this down, or are we going to get some traction to take out those highs and try and make a run for the 1400? So fairly clear, fairly technical. I think we can't complain. ES, again, still chopping here. Nothing to say. 2200's attracting. That's big level. Expect a lot of stops to be triggered around there. A lot of wheeling and dealing. 2165 pivotal level to the downside, unless we can get a daily close below there, and then we're looking for accelerations. It's just going to be sideways chop to attempt to take out those highs. Again, no change in outlook. CAD, a lot of wheeling and dealing, heads up with all this OPEC stuff on the wires. We got a nice little bounce here, descending trend line, smacked it back down. 129 pivotal for Momo and flows, as we said yesterday. We posted it, and you see the fact that we hold below, it's heavy, right? So what's attracting? Well, stops are attracting. All this downside's attracting here. So as long as we stay here, market might try and clip some stops and get some kind of acceleration to the downside. It's really going to depend on all those comments and what crude does. If we trade back above the 129, keep on expecting aggressive tests of this trend line quite quickly. But for now, a lot of chop. Not something we'd be too interested in because of all the headline risk across the board. Aussie continuing to rotate higher again. No cut. No surprise, last meeting from Stevens, he wasn't really going to cut rates and then pass that on to the new governor. Here, as long as we hold above the 76.20s, it's holding bid. Now, what's interesting is we're getting failures here, right? So this is all a sell zone, interesting area as far as we're concerned. If you look at it on a shorter time frame, it's holding inside yesterday's range, so it looks like there's a fight at highs here, and bull bear line for the day up here, above, more traction to the upside. Back below, you'd expect those 76.20s to come back into play, right? So we still think the daily is going to guide, and keep an eye on those action at yesterday's highs. Kiwi, what we discussed on Kiwi was, as long, daily close above here, you really don't want to fight this, right? There's no point trying to get aggressive here. If it holds this area, it could really correct. If not, the chart is showing a series of higher lows. The moving averages are in trend. The trend line, the channel is in play. So, bid, we wouldn't expect sellers to emerge unless we make a way higher, 75.00, 74.77s. That's going to be an interesting zone. But unless we get up there, not that interesting to us. Crude, again, no big change, same as we discussed on Sunday. Euro, as we said, heavy, but if it was going to bounce anywhere, we expected it to bounce here. It's confluence of 50 back pretty much of this area. We had the 200 supporting, so it bounced exactly where we expected it to bounce. 112 pivotal for Momo and flows. Once it started to trade back above, you know, really don't want to stay short. And what happens? Bam, we clip some weak players, clip some weak stops, and now we're hovering here. Now, what's particularly interesting here in terms of where we're hovering and what we're doing is not only the fact that we're holding inside yesterday's highs, but we're also back inside non-farm payrolls range, right? And that's what we're saying. This is a particularly interesting area. So as long as we hold here, don't be surprised for us to come back and have some action at that 112, unfinished business, kiss back. That's the level. That's what the market's focused on. So still expect that to be pivotal for Momo and flows. That's what we're watching. And then what do we got? Yen very aggressively sold 103.50s back inside the broader support zone. Could be very choppy right now. You know, 103.50s resistance, 100 support, and a lot of chop inside here, a lot of headline risk. We're really not too focused. If we had a gun to our head, we'd probably be buying on weakness, not selling on strength. We'll have to see how this trades, but in line with what we discussed on Sunday. And again, cable holding inside yesterday's range. We'll have to see a lot of stuff, more data points in Carney. So again, guys, hope that was helpful. Have an awesome one. Have a great day. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for the comments and spending some time with 50. Have an awesome one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.